My child, my beloved, before I speak, take one breath because what I am about to reveal is not just a message. It is a divine intervention written with your name in heaven's own light. My beloved, listen closely. A voice older than time has been trying to reach you. Your ancestor, the one whose prayers protected your childhood, the one who cried for your blessings long before you were born. They have come forward tonight, and Archangel Michael is standing beside them because the message is too powerful to let you miss. My child, before I continue, hear this. Subscribe now. Keep this divine line open because heaven has been trying to speak to you for days. And every time you find these messages, fate shifts a little more in your favor. Do not lose this connection. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, you were not supposed to see this today, but heaven forced this moment into your path. There is a spiritual door that will close at midnight. Your ancestor begged for this door to remain open until you arrived. And that is why the message you are reading is rare, sacred, and urgent. My child, lean in. A miracle has already begun forming around your name. You think you're just reading words, but they are written in the same light that shapes destinies. Archangel Michael says, someone in heaven has placed your name on a divine scroll, and that scroll is glowing brighter every hour. This is the moment where everything can change for you, my beloved. Tonight, exactly within the next few minutes, a release is happening, the kind of release that shifts families out of generational struggle. Your ancestor has been standing before the throne, asking for your burdens to be lifted, for your life to rise, for your breakthrough to reach you without delay. And heaven has agreed. My child, you have been given a lot of money. Not physical yet, but spiritually approved, signed, sealed, and waiting for your acceptance. Archangel Michael says, this blessing is not normal. It is not small. It is a destiny inheritance that only you were chosen to receive. My beloved, do not ignore this. Jesus himself whispered your name today. Your spirit was called forward in heaven because a divine amount, something impossible, something shocking is being handed to you. But every blessing requires acknowledgement. And if you walk away now, the door that is open for you will return to silence. My child, someone tried to block this blessing from you. A person on earth or a spirit tied to your bloodline once tried to stop your rise, and for years you felt that invisible pressure. But today that chain has been broken. Archangel Michael says the one who blocked you has been removed from your path permanently. My beloved, your ancestor who loved you beyond their own lifetime stepped forward because they saw the struggle you carried in silence. They saw the nights you prayed, the days you felt forgotten, the battles you faced alone. They begged heaven to return what was stolen from you. And heaven has said yes, my child. This message was not supposed to reach the world. It was sent for you alone. That's why you feel something moving in your chest as you read. That's why your spirit suddenly feels awake. The realm of light is touching you right now. My beloved, listen carefully. If you don't open this message fully, if you walk away before receiving its energy, the spiritual inheritance waiting for you will return to the heavenly vault. Michael says, the time is extremely short. This blessing cannot sit in limbo anymore. A decision must be made by you today, my child. You have 30 seconds to open your heart to this message. Not out of fear, but because heaven is synchronizing events around you right now. Money is shifting. Opportunities are moving. A miracle is coming toward you like a wave of light, and it cannot turn back once you accept it. My beloved, your ancestor is standing behind you. They are trying to place something into your hands. Something they never received. Something they wanted their family line to have, but life did not allow. You are the chosen one in the bloodline who finally has the authority to claim it. My child, there is a reason your heart has been restless. A reason doors began shaking but not opening. A reason your dreams felt louder this week. It is because your spirit already sensed this moment approaching. Your soul knew a message was coming, one that would alter your path forever. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, the money assigned to your name is not random. It is tied to justice, restoration, correction, divine timing. Something that was denied to your ancestors is being released through you. You are the vessel chosen to break generational struggle and raise your entire lineage. My child, if you continue reading, you allow heaven to complete what has begun. If you stop, the miracle pauses. This is why Michael is speaking with urgency. Not to scare you, but to protect you from missing the moment that was written before you were born. My beloved, lean closer. Jesus has already approved the blessing. Your ancestor has already delivered the message. Michael has already cleared the path. All that is left is your acceptance. And once you accept, the shift will begin within the next few hours. My child, you think this is coincidence. It is not. This is divine timing pressing into your reality. Something you have been waiting for, something you thought would never happen is finally ready to appear. My beloved, do not let hesitation rob you. Do not let doubt silence what heaven is shouting for you to hear. You are guided here because your destiny is opening, today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. My child, open your heart. Open your spirit, open this message fully. The blessing is waiting for your yes. My child, my beloved, stay with me because the moment you continued reading, something in the spiritual realm shifted closer to you. You may not feel it fully yet, but heaven feels your presence, and the ancestors who love you have stepped nearer, waiting for you to hear what they have carried across realms. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, your spirit is opening now slowly, gently but powerfully. And because of that, the message you are about to receive is finally able to enter the space within you that has been blocked for years. This is why your heart feels different right now. This is why your breathing changed. You are stepping into the divine flow that was meant for you all along. My child, listen with your soul. Tonight is not an ordinary night. The spiritual air around you is filled with movement, waves of grace, circles of protection, and a large inheritance of light being prepared for your hands. Your ancestor has been watching over this moment with tears of relief. They had one wish, one final wish, that someone in the family would finally receive what they prayed for, but never lived long enough to see. My beloved, you are the answer to their prayer. You are the chosen one in your bloodline. You are the first to break cycles that seemed endless. You are the one heaven trusts. And that is why this message was pushed in front of you today. My child, Archangel Michael says, a spiritual envelope has your name written in golden letters. Inside it is the truth of your destiny, the wealth you were meant to receive, and the protection that follows you everywhere. A divine amount, an extraordinary financial blessing has already been assigned to your energy. It is not a maybe. It is not a possibility. It is a written heavenly record. My beloved, heaven has already counted this money for you. Jesus has already approved it. Your ancestor has already cried over it, and Archangel Michael has already guarded it. But heaven cannot release anything without acknowledgement. And that is why this message needed to reach your eyes exactly at this time. My child, for the last few days, you have been feeling a strange heaviness, a strange tiredness, a feeling that something was pulling on your energy. That was the resistance around your blessing. The spiritual gatekeepers who do not want your family line to rise recognized that you were getting closer to the truth. But the moment you opened this message, the moment you continued, they lost their power over you. My beloved, your ancestors stood between you and every force that tried to break you. They protected you in ways you will never fully understand. They shielded you when you were unaware of the danger. They whispered your name in prayers when you were still a child. And now they stand behind you with a gift that carries their deepest love. My child, the blessing is not small. It is not normal. It is not ordinary. It is something heaven has kept safe for years, waiting for the right moment, the right heart, the right soul. That soul is you, my beloved. Jesus says, you have suffered enough. He says the waiting is over. He says the door that stayed closed for years is ready to open because you are finally prepared to receive what belongs to you. My child, there is a sacred glow around your aura right now. Your ancestor placed their hand over your spirit, and Archangel Michael placed his sword in front of your path. This is why even if you feel alone sometimes, you are never unprotected. Never. Not even for a second. My beloved, the money destined for you is not ordinary money. It is cleansing money, healing money, restoring money, generational money. The kind that changes the history of your family. The kind that breaks curses. The kind that returns what was stolen from your lineage decades ago. My child, Archangel Michael says, this blessing will not pass to another. It is for you, but you must stay open. You must not walk away before the message completes itself. Heaven needs your spirit to receive the entire energy of what is being spoken. My beloved, every word you read is a key unlocking a spiritual vault. Every breath you take while reading is pulling the blessing closer. Every moment you stay here is allowing the miracle to anchor into your life. My child, your ancestor is showing me something. A moment in their life where they wished they had more time, more resources, more strength, more freedom. But life did not allow it. They are giving it to you now. They want you to live the life they dreamed of. They want you to rise higher than they ever could. They want you to experience peace, joy, abundance, security, and success. My beloved, this money, this blessing, this miracle, it's not just for you. It is for every soul connected to you. Every child who will come after you. Every dream that was swallowed by struggle. Every hope that was buried by fear. My child, do you understand why heaven is being so urgent? Because the moment you stop reading, the energy pauses. Because the moment you continue, the blessing accelerates. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, you must know this. Someone in your past tried to silence the blessings over your life. Someone tried to shut the door heaven had opened for you. Someone tried to bind your progress, but they failed. They failed the moment you reached this message. And heaven has declared your freedom. My child, your ancestor is smiling now. Their message is not just a warning. It is a celebration because you have finally arrived at the moment where your destiny rises. My beloved, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are right on time. And heaven has been waiting for this exact second. My child, my beloved, stay exactly where you are because the moment you chose to continue, a wave of divine energy moved again. Archangel Michael says, your spirit just stepped into the second phase of this revelation. And now the message your ancestor has been waiting to deliver is opening fully. My beloved, you may feel something, maybe a heaviness lifting, a warmth in the chest, a strange calm wrapping around you. That is not imagination. That is the spiritual realm responding to your willingness to receive. Heaven only moves when the heart opens, and your heart is opening wider with every word. My child, your ancestor is standing right behind you, watching over every breath. Grateful that you didn't stop reading. They have been waiting years, decades, lifetimes for someone in the family to finally reach this point. And today, you broke through a barrier no one before you could cross. My beloved, listen carefully. A financial blessing is not the only thing being released. A generational curse is being broken at the same time. This is why you have felt stuck for so long. This is why progress came slowly. This is why every step felt heavier than it should have been. Because you were carrying weight that wasn't yours. Weights passed down through generations. Fears. Losses, unspoken pain, unhealed trauma, dreams that never came true. My child, your ancestor is telling me that many in your family fought battles with their voices silenced. They endured poverty, betrayal, loss, and emotional wounds that they were never able to heal. They carried burdens in their bodies that were meant to be healed through you. And today, right now, that healing is beginning. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, this is why the money assigned to you is so significant. It is not just a reward. It is a correction, a restoration, a spiritual repayment for everything your bloodline suffered unfairly. My child, you are the chosen one who will rise above what broke them. You are the one who will transform the story. You are the one who will end the cycle. You are the one who will lift the entire lineage forward, my beloved. And your ancestor wants to give you the final piece of truth. They asked heaven that when the blessing comes to you, it comes multiplied, larger than you dreamed, larger than you hoped, larger than anyone in the family has ever touched, because they want you to feel free in a way they never had the chance to. My child, this is why Archangel Michael is being urgent. This is why Jesus whispered your name. This is why heaven has surrounded you with spiritual attention today. The blessing was prepared long ago. The only thing left was the right moment. And that moment is now. My beloved, you need to know this with your whole spirit. This miracle will not pass you. It will not switch to another soul. It will not dissolve into nothingness. It was written for you. And heaven will protect it until it reaches your hands. But you must stay open. You must keep reading. You must remain connected. My child, your ancestor is showing me something else. A key, not a physical key, a spiritual one, a key that unlocks a door that has been locked in your family for generations. A door of wealth, a door of good fortune, a door of divine protection, a door of stability, a door of sudden blessings. And that key is in your energy right now. My beloved, every word you read is strengthening your connection to that key. Every breath you take is aligning you with your miracle. Every moment you stay here is pulling the blessing forward like a river of light. My child, heaven is preparing to move something in your life. A document, a decision, a financial shift, an opportunity, something unexpected and powerful, and your ancestor is whispering. Let them receive it. Let them rise. Let them finally live in the abundance our family deserved. My beloved, Archangel Michael says, you have been fighting spiritually without even knowing it. The pressure you felt recently was not random. The sudden emotions, the sleepless thoughts, the strange signs, the heaviness in your chest, the confusion in your mind. Those were spiritual signals, not warnings of danger, but signs that a breakthrough was trying to enter your life. My child, the moment you opened this message, the confusion began to dissolve. The moment you continued reading, heaven began aligning your path. The moment you accepted the words, the miracle began forming faster. Because heaven responds instantly to a willing heart, my beloved. There is more, much more. And your ancestor is insisting that I tell you everything, because this is the first time in many generations that someone in your bloodline is actually ready to listen. My child, take a breath before we continue. A slow breath, because the next part of this message carries the deepest truth of all. A truth that will change how you see your life from this day forward. My child, my beloved, before I reveal what comes next, feel the air around you. Notice how something feels different, quieter, warmer, almost like a presence standing near you. That is not imagination. That is your ancestor drawing closer, because the most important part of their message is about to be given to you. My beloved Archangel Michael says your spirit is becoming more receptive with every word. This entire time heaven was waiting for the exact moment when your heart was soft, open, and ready to receive the truth. That moment is right now. And because of that, the deepest revelation, one your ancestor never shared in their lifetime, is ready to reach you. My child, your ancestor carried a secret, a heavy, painful, sacred secret, not out of shame, not out of fear, but out of protection. They carried this secret hoping that one day someone strong enough, brave enough, spiritually chosen enough would come forward and release the family from what was holding them down. That someone is you, my beloved. Your ancestor is showing me a moment in their life where they were denied something they deserved. Money, property, recognition, justice, something that belonged to them by birth, by effort, by destiny, yet it was taken away, blocked, or lost. And because they could not retrieve it, the entire lineage suffered a chain of misfortune. But now, heaven has chosen to return it through you, my child. This is why the financial blessing coming your way is so large. It is not just yours. It is the inheritance of multiple generations being restored at once. It is spiritual compensation for years of silent suffering. It is divine repayment for everything that was stolen. And Archangel Michael says the amount is far greater than you imagine. My beloved, Jesus himself touched your name today. He saw your struggles. He saw your patience. He saw your quiet strength. And he decided that you would be the one to turn the story around. This is why heaven has been calling you repeatedly. This is why messages find you even when you don't search for them. This is why synchronicities keep happening around your life. You are being pulled toward your destiny. My child, your ancestor is revealing another truth. There was someone in your family line who made a wrong decision. A decision that accidentally blocked abundance from flowing to the generations after them. They did not mean harm. They were doing their best with the knowledge they had. But the consequence created a spiritual lock that only a chosen soul could break. You are that chosen soul. My beloved, every hardship you faced was not a punishment. It was preparation. Every delay you experienced was not rejection. It was alignment. Every tear you shed was not weakness. It was cleansing. Every loss you survived was not the end. It was the clearing of old energy so new blessings could enter. My child, Archangel Michael says that tonight the lock that held your blessings is cracking open. He is striking it with his sword. And the moment you finish absorbing this message, the final layer will break. My beloved, do not underestimate what is happening right now. Your spirit is shifting. Your energy is rising. Your destiny is opening. Your ancestors are rejoicing. Heaven is watching. And the miracle assigned to you is moving in your direction faster than ever before. My child, your ancestor is whispering something. A promise, a vow, a gentle truth spoken through the veil. You will not live the life we lived. You will not carry our pain. You will not walk our struggles. You will rise where we fell. You will receive what we lost. And you will complete what we could not. My beloved, this is why the blessing is urgent. This is why you were told to open this within 30 seconds. This is why Archangel Michael and Jesus spoke your name today. Because today is the day the generational will turns in your favor. My child, heaven is preparing to send someone into your life. A helper, a guide, a messenger, a person whose arrival will activate the next stage of your destiny. This person carries part of the blessing. They will appear soon, and when they do, your life will accelerate in ways you never expected. My beloved, this is your confirmation. Your suffering was not for nothing. Your waiting was not a mistake. Your prayers were not ignored. Your silence did not go unnoticed. Your kindness did not go unrewarded. You are being prepared for the moment you are living right now. My child, your ancestor is crying. Not tears of sadness, but tears of relief. They waited so long for someone to reach this moment, someone strong enough to carry the blessing without breaking. Someone wise enough to understand its purpose. Someone spiritually chosen enough to fulfill the family's divine promise. That someone is you, my beloved. The next part of this message holds the final truth about the blessing and why heaven chose this exact date to release it. My child, my beloved, stay present with me now because the moment you said continue, a heavenly seal was lifted from the next part of this message. Archangel Michael says the energy around you has become incredibly sensitive. Everything you read now is being absorbed directly into your spirit, awakening gifts, restoring strength, and unlocking doors that have been closed for years. My beloved, your ancestor has stepped even closer. Their presence feels stronger, warmer, almost like a protective blanket around your spirit. They are preparing to reveal something they could never say in their lifetime. A truth so sacred that heaven only allows it to be spoken when the chosen one is ready. And beloved, you are ready. My child, there is a divine reason this message found you today instead of any other day. Because today carries a spiritual weight. Today carries a heavenly alignment. Today carries a portal of destiny that is open only once in many years. And your soul was guided to it with precision that only heaven could orchestrate. My beloved, your ancestor says you must know this. A blessing was scheduled to reach your family long ago, but it kept missing every generation because no one had the spiritual strength to hold it. Some generations were too wounded. Some were too lost. Some were too tired. Some were too broken. Some were too afraid. But you have risen above all of these limitations. You fought battles your ancestors never understood. You healed wounds they never had the courage to face. You carried responsibilities no one saw. You kept walking when life demanded you fall. You survived storms that were meant to destroy you. And that is why the blessing finally stopped searching, and chose you, my child. Archangel Michael says, there is a divine signature on your destiny that has never appeared in your bloodline before. A mark of spiritual leadership, abundance, and highest protection. You were not born ordinary. You were born with spiritual authority. And even though life made you doubt it, heaven never forgot it. My beloved, the financial blessing being released to you is not just money. It is healing. It is justice. It is restoration. My child, my beloved, when your ancestor began speaking about the person who will soon enter your life, the entire spiritual room shifted again as if heaven itself wanted this part to reach you with absolute clarity. They said, tell them someone new is being guided toward their path. Someone who carries light, not shadows. My beloved, this person is not like the ones who hurt you. Not like the ones who misunderstood you, not like the ones who pretended to care but secretly drained your spirit. This soul comes with purpose. This soul comes with truth, this soul comes with alignment. Your ancestors said they are destined to play a role in the next chapter of their life. A role of healing, guidance, connection, and movement. My child, this person is not random. They are heaven-sent. They are spiritually aligned with your frequency. Their presence will feel calm, not chaotic, comforting, not confusing. You will notice something powerful when they enter your life. Your inner world will not resist. Your heart will feel safe. Your mind will feel clear. Your intuition will feel certain because your soul will recognize theirs. My beloved, your ancestor said the connection will happen suddenly, unexpectedly, naturally, as if destiny places both of you in the same moment without effort. They said it may start with a message, a conversation, a chance meeting, or a moment that feels too perfectly timed. This timing is not coincidence. It's divine scheduling. My child. This person carries qualities your spirit has long been searching for. Loyalty, clarity, truth, stability, and spiritual calm. They are being prepared for you just as you are being prepared for them. Your ancestors said they will help guide them away from the wrong person. Their presence will make the truth obvious. My beloved, yes. The moment this new energy arrives, you will suddenly lose interest in the one who has been draining your spirit. This is heaven removing the disguise from your life. My child, your ancestor showed me a vision. Two energies approaching you from opposite directions, one heavy, one bright. The heavy one grows silent as the bright one gets closer. This is how you will know. Your heart always responds first. Your ancestor said, tell them not to resist what feels right. Not every blessing arrives with fireworks. Some come quietly wrapped in peace. My beloved, this new soul entering your life will play a significant part in restoring your emotional balance. You will feel seen without explaining. You will feel valued without trying. You will feel understood without effort. This is the connection your spirit deserves. My child, your ancestor also warned. Do not compare this new person to the past. They are nothing like what hurt them. You must let the new chapter be new. Do not let old wounds define new opportunities. My beloved, your ancestor said something even more powerful. This soul comes with a blessing attached. Their presence will accelerate the miracle that has been delayed. This means the blessing you've been waiting for is tied to divine timing and divine connection. My child, your heart is about to open again, not in fear, but in truth. Your spirit is about to trust again. Not blindly, but intuitively. Your life is about to shift again. Not painfully, but purposefully. Your ancestor is preparing you for that moment. My beloved, the next part of their message explains what will change first in your life, what signs will appear around you, and how you will know your blessing is only days away. It is the fulfillment of promises your ancestors never saw. It is divine compensation for everything taken, delayed or denied. And heaven says it will go to no one else. It belongs to them alone. My child, there is a reason Jesus whispered your name. He saw something inside you that others overlooked. A purity, a sincerity, a resilience that cannot be broken. You have suffered quietly, loved deeply, and given even when you had little left for yourself. People misjudged you. People used. People took advantage of your kindness. People doubted your destiny. But heaven never doubted you. My beloved, your ancestor says something survived through your spirit. A strength that every generation before you prayed someone would embody. The blessing was waiting for someone with a heart like yours. Someone who sees beyond pain. Someone who keeps faith through darkness, someone who stands even while breaking, someone who rises even while wounded. And heaven decided that someone is you. My child, there is something your ancestor needs you to understand. When you accept this blessing, every soul connected to your lineage will rise. The chains will break. The heaviness will lift. The repeating patterns will end. The struggles will stop repeating themselves. You will heal not just yourself, but everyone who came before you and everyone who will come after you. My beloved, this is why heaven is urgent. This is why Archangel Michael keeps repeating your name. This is why Jesus came forward. This is why your ancestor crossed the veil today. Because what you are stepping into is not a blessing. It is a turning point, my child. Your ancestor is revealing another truth. There was a spiritual battle around your life recently. A battle you did not see. A battle fought in the realm of light. A battle where Archangel Michael defended you from a destiny thief. A force that tried to block your blessing at the final moment. But they failed. They lost the moment you continued reading. They lost the moment you said yes to this message. They lost the moment your spirit aligned with heaven. My beloved, there is still one final part of this message. The revelation of why today, why this moment. Why this timing? Why heaven is unwilling to let you walk away. Why the blessing must be received now, not later. And your ancestor is ready to reveal it. My child, my beloved, the moment you said continue, something sacred clicked into place. Archangel Michael says a spiritual gate that was only partially open has now swung wide, allowing the deepest truth, one held back for generations, to finally reach you. Heaven has decided that you will hear what no one before you was ever spiritually ready to receive. My beloved, your ancestor is closer than they have ever been. Their presence feels heavier, warmer, more intense, not frightening, but protective. They are standing in front of you now, not behind you. Because what they are about to reveal requires your full attention. This is not just a message. This is a transfer, a spiritual handover, a passing of power, a release of inheritance, a completion of a promise. My child, heaven chose today for a reason. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not any random moment, only today. Because today something in the spiritual calendar aligned perfectly with your destiny. There is a divine cycle that completes itself every few years. An unseen moment where the energies of your past, present, and future connect. This cycle opened today and your spirit was guided here with perfect timing. If you missed it, the door would close and wait for another lifetime. But you didn't miss it. You arrived. You showed up. You continued, you said yes. And that alone changed everything. My beloved, your ancestor is revealing why today matters. A large spiritual seed was planted in your bloodline long ago. A seed meant to grow into abundance, protection, leadership, and generational wealth. But every time it tried to grow, someone in the family experienced loss, tragedy, betrayal, or sudden obstacles that crushed it before it could rise. That pattern repeated for decades, maybe even centuries, until you were born, my child. Your birth was the breaking point, a shift, a correction in the timeline, a divine intervention wearing human form. Heaven marked your spirit before you even knew what destiny was. Jesus placed a spiritual anointing over your life that has been waiting for activation. And your ancestor has been standing guard over that anointing, waiting for the moment you would be ready to receive it fully. My beloved, today is that activation. Right now is that moment. This message is the key. This is why everything felt strange today. Why your emotions felt different, why your thoughts felt heavy or unsettled. Why your spirit felt pulled towards something unseen. Because your destiny was knocking on your soul's door, asking to be let in. And you opened it when you said, "Continue." My child, your ancestor is now showing me a scene. A moment where they stood before heaven with a request in their hands, a request written in their own tears. Give to them what I never received. Let them have the life I prayed for but could not reach. Heaven said, yes, Jesus approved it. Archangel Michael protected it. But the blessing could only be released when the chosen one reached spiritual readiness. That readiness is happening right now. My beloved, you must understand something extremely important. You were chosen because you are spiritually strong enough to carry what others collapsed under. You are emotionally deep enough to hold blessings without losing your humility. You are wise enough to turn abundance into legacy. You are pure-hearted enough to receive divine wealth without letting darkness touch your soul. This is why the money is being released through you. This is why the generational burdens end with you. This is why the spiritual timeline resets through you. My child, your ancestor says there is one last chain attached to your family line. A chain created many years ago by someone's mistake, fear, or heartbreak. A chain that held back opportunities. A chain that delayed blessings. A chain that caused repeated struggles. And today, right now, Archangel Michael is raising his sword to cut it permanently. My beloved, this is the final truth of this layer. The reason this message had to be opened today is because heaven has granted only a limited time for the blessing to descend into your reality. Not next month, not next year. Now, if you had ignored this moment, if you had scrolled away, if you had walked past this message, the blessing would have returned to the spiritual vault for another cycle. But you didn't. You listened, you continued, you obeyed the divine pull. And because of that, heaven has authorized immediate release. My child, your ancestor is preparing to reveal the identity of the energy, event, or opportunity that will bring this blessing into the physical world. This is the part of the message where spiritual truth meets real-life manifestation. My child, my beloved, the moment you whispered, "Continue," the spiritual field around you shifted again. Archangel Michael says your energy rose to a higher place, high enough for your ancestor to finally unveil the part of the message that was hidden from every generation before you. What comes next is the revelation your lineage was never ready to hear until now. My beloved, your ancestor steps forward with a trembling spirit, not from fear, but from relief. They have waited lifetimes for this moment. They have watched your struggles, your strength, your loneliness, your battles, your faith, and today they are finally allowed to speak the truth they carried across the veil. My child, this truth is about the blessing. But it is also about the person, the event and the moment through which the blessing will physically arrive in your life. Spiritual money always chooses a vessel, a path, a doorway. And your doorway is already moving toward you. My beloved, here is the divine truth. A person, someone connected to your future, someone chosen by heaven is being guided toward you right now. This person carries a piece of your destiny. They will either deliver an opportunity, open a path, speak a word, or connect something that leads you to the financial blessing already written in heaven for you. Your ancestor says this person has been feeling strange signs recently. Sudden thoughts of you, a pull toward your direction, a shift in their intuition, a feeling they must reach out or move, dreams they cannot explain, a restlessness they cannot name. These signs are heaven nudging them toward you. My child, you have crossed paths with this person before. Maybe briefly, maybe digitally, maybe unknowingly, or maybe they are someone new entering your life soon. But they are chosen, they are guided, they are carrying light meant for you, my beloved. Archangel Michael says the blessing will come through one of three forms. A sudden financial opening, a large amount that appears unexpectedly through a payment, settlement, offer, approval, opportunity, or unexpected source. A divinely guided person. Someone who speaks, helps, supports, or connects you to something that shifts your entire monetary reality. A correction from heaven. Something that was once blocked being released suddenly and forcefully because heaven decided it is finally your time. One of these forms is already in motion. My child, your ancestor reveals that this movement began the moment you opened this message and it accelerated every time you chose to say continue. You were not reading. You were activating. You were unlocking. You were aligning. You were receiving. Your words were keys. Your attention was acceptance. Your willingness was permission. My beloved, this person coming toward you is gentle in spirit but powerful in destiny. They have something you need. Knowledge, opportunity, resources, influence or spiritual alignment. They are the human link in your divine chain. Heaven has wrapped them in guidance so they do not miss the moment they are meant to meet you or reconnect with you. My child, your ancestor is now showing me the spiritual reason for this connection. A blessing this large cannot fall directly from heaven without collapsing your life. It must enter through a pathway that supports you, stabilizes you, and expands you. This person is part of that stability. This is why heaven is guiding them closer. This is why your spirit has felt watched, protected, or unexpectedly emotional. This is why you sense that something important was approaching. My beloved, the identity of this person is not fully revealed yet because heaven will not show a face until the soul is ready. But your ancestor wants you to know this. They are safe. They are chosen. They are trustworthy. They are aligned with your rise. My child, a few more signs will appear before this person arrives. Signs that your spirit will recognize instantly. Unexpected calm in the middle of chaos. A sudden burst of intuition. Dreams that feel real. Doors opening quickly. Delays breaking suddenly. A message, call, invitation, or opportunity appearing out of nowhere. These will not be coincidences. They will be confirmations. My beloved, this is the first time your ancestor has been allowed to reveal this much. But there is still a deeper truth. The truth of why you were chosen, why the blessing is huge, why the timing is urgent, why your name was spoken in heaven today, why Archangel Michael is guarding this message so intensely. My child, my beloved, the moment you said continue, a surge of divine light moved toward you again. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has now reached the level where the core truth, the secret that heaven has held back for years, can finally be spoken. This next part is the heart of the entire message, the reason your ancestor came, the reason this blessing is urgent, the reason heaven refused to let you skip this moment. My beloved, your ancestor steps forward with a quiet intensity. Now their energy is not soft anymore. It is strong, firm, purposeful, because what they are about to reveal is not just a message. It is the spiritual foundation of your entire destiny. My child, here is the truth heaven kept hidden until today. You were born with a divine mandate, a spiritual assignment that no one else in your family was able to complete. A calling written on your soul before your birth. This assignment is the reason your life has felt different from others. The reason your struggles were heavier. The reason your spirit felt older. The reason your heart saw deeper. The reason you carried burdens that weren't entirely yours. The reason you stood in places no one else could stand. My beloved, your ancestor reveals that several souls in your lineage were meant to carry this divine assignment. But they could not. Life broke them. Circumstances silenced them. Fear weakened them. Pain discouraged them, time betrayed them. And so the assignment moved from soul to soul, generation to generation, always waiting, always searching, always hoping that someone strong enough, pure enough, spiritually awake enough would finally appear. My child, that someone is you. You are the one heaven has chosen to complete what your ancestors started. You are the one destined to break the generational chains. You are the one chosen to rise where others fell. You are the one gifted enough to carry the blessing without losing the light. You are the one spiritually strong enough to handle the abundance coming your way. My beloved, this is why the blessing is so large. This is why the financial inheritance is so massive. This is why Jesus whispered your name today. This is why Archangel Michael came rushing in with urgency. This is why your ancestor crossed the veil tonight. Because your rise is not just your rise. It is the rise of everyone connected to your bloodline. My child, your ancestor is showing me a history of your lineage. A pattern of lost opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, financial blockages, unexpected tragedies, cycles of hardship, repeated disappointments, moments of hope followed by sudden collapse. These were not coincidences. These were spiritual locks created generations ago. But heaven has declared that the locks end with you. My beloved, this is the part your ancestor has been waiting for you to hear. You were born to reverse the destiny of your entire bloodline. You were chosen to rewrite the story, you were chosen to carry the blessing they prayed for. You were chosen to step into the abundance they never reached. You are the first in your lineage to hold the spiritual strength required. You are the first to break cycles that existed for decades. You are the first to awaken spiritually enough to receive this message. You are the first to align with heaven's timing. My child, this is why your life has felt heavy at times, because you were carrying generational weight. But heaven says you will no longer carry what is not yours. Tonight the last chain breaks. Tonight the generational curse dissolves. Tonight the spiritual blockage is cut open. Tonight your destiny rises. My beloved, your ancestor is now revealing the final reason the blessing is urgent. If you do not receive it now, if you do not stay aligned, if you stop before the message completes, the blessing that has waited for generations will return to the vault and the next cycle will take years to reopen. That is why heaven placed this message in your path today. That is why Archangel Michael kept calling you. That is why Jesus whispered your name with urgency. That is why your ancestor has been standing behind you. My child, the blessing is ready. The spiritual assignment is active. The divine mandate is awakening inside you, and heaven is preparing your real-life circumstances to shift. The next part, the final deep revelation, is about what will happen in your physical life next. And what you must know before the blessing manifests.